Ah, oh, that's hot.
What's up, boys? It's Wolf. A couple of days ago, I came up with the absolutely brilliant idea because I'm just so creatively gifted. Brilliant ideas just leak out of me. Every time I take a piss, NASA sends me a message to put that piss in a cup and send it to them for inspiration. So the idea was to go back and take a look at the champions that Riot released in the storm of ass that was 2020. But by the time I was playing Rel Top, and Malphite instructed me on how rocks reproduce by shoving his entire fist up my ass, I realized that was a stupid ass idea. But then it hit me. Instead of just recapping the champions that were released, why don't I just recap the entire year as a whole for League of Legends? Genius. See, it's this type of ingenuity that shows why I am the future. So that's what we'll be doing here today, ladies and gentlemen, going over the entirety of 2020 for League. So let's start with competitive play. Now, I'm from North America, so I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with competitive play. One thing is for certain, every year we learn something new. Like this year, we found out a lot about the human psyche. Like, did you guys know that you could be unmotivated to play even if you get paid over $500,000 to do so? Meanwhile, I'm over here working at Starbucks for $10 an hour, sucking some old lady's toes just because for some reason, whether or not I put too much foam on her latte is somehow extremely important to me. And after watching Doublelift int an entire split, TL was absolutely desperate to take the fucking Grinch off their team before he stole Christmas. Then TSM, shortly after wiping the drool off their face, somehow thought it intelligent to sign him instead of just keeping Kabe. So, anything can happen in LCS, except being competitive. That's why TSM signed Huni as their top laner for 2021. It's because they have an extreme allergic reaction to getting out of groups. So that was an A this year. Then Worlds was pretty much just China and Korea trying to paint the Mona Lisa while NA and EU ate the crayons. Even Perks tried to pay the rest of his team to create a vacancy in the mid lane by drowning the poor kid. Luckily it wasn't real water, it just looked like it, so he's okay. And as punishment, Perks was banished to North America, so big wins for the competitive scene all around the world. Anyway, the big story for League this year was toxicity. And the punishment for that toxicity. Now, I'm assuming that this was brought on because of the whole COVID thing. People had to stay home and they had to fill the time in between masturbation sessions with something, so they mistakenly chose League. I'm guessing that influx of people made this whole thing a lot more apparent than before. To which I say, in the words of Donkey,
what is this fucking pussy-ass baby preschool time?
What is this, baby dick o'clock? You guys can't handle a little inting here and there? Me? I was born in the inting, molded by it. You see, so this guy gets AD carry, picks Ashe, right? Then 15 minutes into the game, when he starts feeding, he goes, when I want to lose, I lose. And when we asked her why she wanted to lose, she said Vel'Koz took support. To which Vel'Koz then replied with, I'm an AD carry main. Why didn't you just say something in Champ Select? To which Ashe responds with, fuck you, Vel'Koz, you can suck my Peter Griffin dick. And like Forrest Gump with a Flash costume, she fucking ran that shit. Then guess what? I get her in the next game, so as you can see, the report system is working just fine. I even reported her in Champ Select to give myself the illusion of control. Thankfully though, she got support this time, so we were already a little bit better off in terms of our chances of actually winning the game. But it would seem Ashe's limit is about 15 minutes. I give her 15 minutes before Johnny Silverhand starts taking over. So at which point she goes, yo, I really gotta smoke some weed to enjoy this game, which is just fascinating. Even more fascinating was what Mike Draven said in response, which was, yeah, I hit a dab every time I queue up. So I got fucking Snoop Dogg and Seth Rogen in my bot lane just blasting off, and I'm tasked with somehow winning this game. Now, call me a boomer, but I don't really understand how dabbing is supposed to make the game more fun. I always thought it was this cringe little dance move people did. Anyway, unfortunately, I did get the actual in-game footage of this. I was recording, it's just OBS decided it would rather record the squirrel climbing a tree outside of my house than the game I was playing. But I did get this footage of me playing Rel top lane for the video I was planning before. As you know, it didn't go very well, and my team was more than a little upset at me for my performance. Now, my argument was, it's preseason. If there's ever a time to experiment and try new stuff, it's preseason. I want to do it in ranked because they ban all that shit in normals, and I want to just the highest possible competition I can get so I can learn more about the champ. Now my Victor didn't like that one bit, so I asked, does your LP really matter that much in preseason? To which he replied with, yup. Come on guys, let's be honest, right? You're telling me that this guy doesn't deserve an 0-6 rel top? Come on. You know, one of my friends said something that absolutely blew my mind. When asked, Wilson, why are you shit-talking them? You're 0-6. He said, listen, if I don't let them know they need medical attention, who will? And immediately, any semblance of a moral compass I had was completely shattered. My entire universe collapsed on the spot. The philosophical implications of such a thought. I mean, is it better to punish them or to educate them? Of course, the real punishment is playing League of Legends in the first place. So moving on, they also released 6 champions this year. Newest one was Rel, which had to be just the absolute most dull champ in the history of League. Everything about this champ is boring. Her color scheme, her abilities, everything. She's Leona, just shittier. It's like they took that home guard animation for that really cool Senna skin and they were like, yo, let's do that, but bad. Lilia is a great champion to play if you heavily invest in LSD or possibly meth. Then you got Yone, who is just Yasuo without a wind wall, so he's fucking useless. Now, as an AD carry main, I want to humbly apologize for the abomination whose name is Samira. That champion should not exist in any capacity on a game that's attempting to be competitive. Oh, and Seraphine, who was such a blatantly forced character only made to sell skins that they couldn't even figure out how to make her a part of the lore. She would also be the one to introduce real-time ray tracing to League of Legends. I mean, just absolutely incredible graphics on those. Cyberpunk better watch out. Well, on the PS4 at least. Then right here, it says that Set was released this year, and that's physically impossible. There's no way that champ was released this year. I'm pretty sure that was like 2 years ago, so you guys might want to update your websites, because that's definitely wrong. In terms of cinematics, we had the Warriors video, and the cool thing about that one in particular was that it actually moved the story forward and it expanded the lore, back when the lore used to mean something. Let's be real, it never meant anything. Now, what else happened this year? TFT Mobile came out just in time for that game to die, so that's good. Valorant is a game. I lost 200 LP trying to do that video about the new champs, and I didn't end up making it, so I'm about to do to my dick what the Litany did to her cat. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for me. Not much else to say. Riot is a great company. I'm sure Season 11 will be 10 times better, as it always is, let's be honest. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Roll the outro.